Alright guys, welcome to another video of Soccer for the Common Folk, and today we are doing pretty much what everybody else has been doing, a World Cup kit ranking, home jerseys first, and today to help me out is my good friend James.
What's up, what's up?
So the reason why I have James here is because I've been seeing these jerseys like non-stop every day because I've been shopping for them, trying to just like think about this ranking and stuff. And I know where, for the most part, for most of these jerseys, where I rank them. But then, the channel's called Soccer for the Common Folk, so I brought someone who hasn't seen all these jerseys, and a fresh pair of eyes, you can say, to give like a fresh ranking. So yeah, thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
Let's get right into it then. So.
Mind you, I haven't seen any of this.
This
is my first time seeing any of it. I know you've been checking them out, but I'm just going to I'm the extra common folk today.
There you go. So, yeah, I mean, you've probably seen some here and there. I mean, I've worn a couple already for, like, some of our stream stuff. Like today, I'm wearing the Japan home jersey.
It looks nice. I like it.
Thank you. All the origami design, so, all over print. It's one of I'm gonna give it away already. It's gonna be.
I can't wait to learn a lot about these.
Yeah.
Already, I can tell there's gonna be some interesting tidbits here.
A little bit. All right. So the first one we're gonna do is we are doing it in no particular order. Some people have done it by groups and stuff, like some videos I've seen, or alphabetical order. I think ours is alphabetical order, but that's what we're doing. Okay. So the first jersey is Australia. Now. Me personally, I do like this jersey, the yellow and green. The logo, I'm always a fan of the patch, of all that stuff. Yeah, we have it right here for us to see better. Now, the idea, I guess, behind the design is, the Outback. So it's like sand in a sense. Oh, okay. So I like bright colors when it comes to jerseys for the most part. If this one did kind of hit the mark for me. I wouldn't say it's like top, but to me personally, like it is pretty up there in the rankings. What do you think? Just looking at this.
I like that like almost tie-dye effect, and the idea that it's sand is cool. I think that what I'll be looking for in my judgments today, how I'll be kind of looking at it is. How much it represents the country and in the most creative way, With this, like yourself, I'm always going to be more partial to more bright colored jerseys. I like the yellow. I've always liked, even in other with like Olympics and things like that, how Australia's always kind of used that yellow and that specific green. I'm a fan of this, but I would like to ask you, kind of just as a viewer, what they may be asking too is, what are you looking for as you rank them? Like, what kind of constitutes as a good jersey for you, good kit?
So, kind of like what you were just touching right now, especially like for a World Cup kit, it comes every 4 years, and it's a big thing. It's the biggest tournament in the world, It's the most popular sport in the world. So creativity comes down to one, and what's the word I'm looking for? Just like the kind of like you said, like what represents my country,
Right.
What makes it so like, damn, what's the word that escapes me?
Unique.
I guess unique, special, stuff like that. That just like when you see it and you hear like which country this jersey's from, you're like, yes, you're like
easy to kind of click to that.
Exactly.
Right.
So this kind of does it for me. I do see the tie-dye effect that you're talking about. I just kind of wish, when it came to it, that it was maybe, like, it's like, don't get me wrong, it seems like it's popping. I guess I have to see it in person as well. But maybe it was just like some, like the darker spots to be a little bit brighter. Maybe.
Okay. So it comes off a little bit too dark for you, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I can see it.
Yeah. So, and outside of that too, like outside of that pattern, yeah, I get that one. No, you good. I guess at the same time, like I like it, but I could see some people saying it's probably maybe also a little simple.
Okay. Right.
So I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the jersey, but that's where I'm kind of like in the middle too. Like I see the sand, whatever they're trying to go for, but also like it may be a little too plain at the same time. The colors are great though. The colors are great, so that kind of wins me over. So that's where I'm at.
It relies a little bit too much on that effect. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of is they didn't really need to do too much. Like you pointed out, and I'm kind of, since you pointed out, I'm excited to see the patches. So like that patch is a really cool patch just in and of itself. So where would you put that as a ranking as a whole? As our first one, kind of set the tone.
For this one right here, I'd probably go with. I'd probably say a B.
Okay.
Like it's not a bad jersey. I could see the argument when someone would say it's a little plain or it could be plain, but I just think they did what I guess what I'm assuming what they wanted to do, like to get the message across, or the theme, not the message, the theme across.
Right. Right.
Like the Outback, all that stuff. The colors are great. It is a Nike jersey. Nike has been getting a lot of stuff for this World Cup tournament. This is one of the few where I actually did kind of enjoy. So, And
I think what I would ask too, probably for a lot of these, is how does this stack up to maybe past Australia jerseys?
This wouldn't be the best one.
Okay. So they have some A tier type of
Let me see if I can pull one up real quick, like from like the last World Cup here, so you can have an idea. They made it. Let me see here, real quick.
Okay. So it kind of is sticking to what they kind of usually do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, solid. I think it's B. I've seen other videos rank them a little lower, but to each their own.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Next jersey. So this next jersey, it's Argentina. So before we start do anything or move forward, there are a handful of countries here that should never, ever mess around with their home design. Argentina is one of them.
So it's like the Green Bay Packers, New York Yankees of the World Cup.
Yeah, and you'll see when I talk about like some other kits that we bring up. Now, for an Argentina jersey, it's all time. It's a classic. You recognize that jersey anywhere. You see the white, the light blue stripes, that's all you need.
Right.
So when it comes to this one, I'm a fan. Some people didn't like the black on it, like on the cuff,
yeah.
The stripes and all that. I think it makes the blue pop more. That's just me. One thing I would criticize is that maybe just a stripe cutting off right here, like on the shoulder. I feel like it should have kept going.
Right. That white piece that kind of comes off the arm up there. Right?
Yeah.
You would have liked it to keep going all the way across.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, there's not much to say when it comes to Argentina. Like I said, certain jerseys, like you just got to keep the pattern the way it is, like because it's like recognizable. It's a classic jersey. So, what do you think?
I agree with you there without even knowing much about World Cup, kits as far as like how classic they are. This is one of those that you always see, you always know that it's Argentina. I can probably show this to my mom and she would know that it's probably Argentina. So it has that classic effect to where you can't, if the Yankees change the pinstripes, no matter how good the design is, it probably wouldn't live up to what the original is. I actually like the black there.
No, so do I. I feel like it does make the blue pop more.
I agree with you there. I really don't have a reference to compare it to like how they usually do it, but I think that if that black is kind of a new little thing, a little twist to it, that's how you do a twist to a classic jersey.
Yeah. I'll say this. I like this little twist, or like adding the black compared to the last jersey. The last jersey, it was white and with the blue stripes. But I believe it was the last jersey. But the blue stripes had like a camel pattern in the blue stripe. I don't fuck with that. I didn't like that.
Right. Too much messing around with the Mona Lisa a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I kind of like the stripes stopping there for some reason. I don't know what it is. I feel like it gives it a bit of a twist. I think I can see where you're coming from, to where it's like maybe too many changes to it, but I like, now by any, other than maybe good Adidas branding, are the 3 stripes always something that they do, or is that kind of
actually, that's a good call. No.
They've had multiple stripes.
Yeah, they had multiple stripes. Yeah.
Okay, I like the 3 block stripes though. Argentina, it's classic. Not much more you should do to it. Where do you put it on your rankings though?
Honestly, just because like it's not too far away from like, they didn't mess with it too much. To me, it's an A. Oh, sorry. I don't know how some people may feel about that, but it's just like, it's like I was saying, like it's just a classic jersey. You don't really mess with it. This time they didn't really mess with it too much, and it's an Argentina jersey when when you see it.
Right. So right. Okay. It would only drop from an A for you if they did too much to it.
Yeah.
Like the last one you said, that's probably not A material.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So moving on to the next one, which is the Belgium one. Yeah. It looks like it is alphabetical order, so perfect. It's all good. All right, this is the Guy Fieri jersey. The Hot Wheels jersey.
This is peculiar. I would love to hear a little bit more of this story.
Honestly, I don't even know why they did the flames. I don't know if there's a special... let me do a quick research. I don't know if there's like a special meaning between the flames that has to do with Belgium.
Okay.
I don't know, but when I saw this jersey, I was like, interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. So, yeah. I mean, give me your first thoughts real quick.
It's so bad I like it.
Really? Okay.
It's so awful. It's like watching a really bad, like, low budget 1980s B film that kind of just has a certain charm to it. Like, I feel like nobody else will do something like this in all of the ones that we're going to be looking at. Mm-hmm. And it reminds me of? It reminds me of like old classic MLS jerseys. Like the really bad, like Galaxy
the Dallas
ones,
Burn,
like
the Dallas Burn.
Right. Like I have an affinity for those old classic, like the Clash ones. Like I like those for some reason. Now I personally wouldn't rank it high, but I think that not bad though. Like okay, all right,
Yeah. So I'm surprised I didn't know this, but I guess Belgium, their nickname, like it's the Red Devils.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it does have a little bit of like, it has some meaning to it. Maybe not the best like execution in your opinion, right?
Yeah. I mean, I saw this and I thought about Guy Fieri. I thought about Flavor Town.
I can't unsee it now. I need to see actually Guy Fieri in this one. I hope he's a Belgium fan because.
And even if he's not, y'all should invite him, give him a box seat somewhere, and then like have him cook for the squad.
It has to happen. It has to.
All right.
All jokes aside, though, where do you put this on your ranking?
All right. This Flavor Town jersey. Look, man, if Belgium is gonna do something, I guess this is one way to put a statement. Their golden era is coming down. So, this jersey, honestly, look, I like the squad. Belgium has squad.
Okay.
But, I honestly, only because I see the Guy Fieri so much, it's a D to me, man.
Hard to unsee.
Yeah.
Hard to unsee.
I'm sure everybody in Belgium is like, who the hell is this guy? Like, what are they talking about? American pop culture. All right, moving on to the next jersey. All right, so the next jersey is Brazil. Just like how it fits with the Argentina category, You don't do nothing to these jerseys. These are classic jerseys. A lot of people may get mad because it's they may call them boring every time around, but these are just nations that you don't just mess with. You don't mess with it. So like pretty much repeating what I said with Argentina. Like you see the stripes, you know it's Argentina. With Brazil, you see the bright yellow with the green. You know it's Brazil. Excuse me. So, it's only like this one basic picture, but let me kind of tell you what's in there. All right. So we have the bright yellow, right? If you're looking closer, there's a jaguar pattern within the yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, and then in the button, when you unhook the button, there's a yellow square around the green for the flag. So the button kind of like becomes like the flag.
Okay.
Yeah,
like the flap of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me show you real quick, and I'll put it on the video too. But yeah, I wish this jersey actually is coming to. I already ordered it. It should be arriving to my pad tomorrow.
Nice. Hope we get an unveiling on TikTok for that.
Oh, for sure.
Unboxing, perfect.
For sure. But yeah. So yeah, you got the jaguar pattern. It's bright yellow. The cuffs, the collar. Like, to me, this is an easy slam dunk. Thoughts?
I like the pattern. I like it because I feel like without it, you're kind of just, if you're the designer, if you're Nike, I guess, who's doing the designs for these.
There you go.
Oh, that's dope. Okay. That bumps it up a little bit for me alone because it's taking the, the shape of the flag and it's doing something with it. I love that green that's around the collar and around the sleeve. I think that green just pops. I think if I'm thinking like older Ronaldinho, Brazil jerseys of the past, it's more that classic green that the flag has, and I've always just thought these are iconic. This is great.
Yeah, I like you have a Brazil jersey, like an OG one.
I do. Yeah.
I like that jersey.
I have one of the old ones, and it's like that more deeper green, but I like this lighter green that they're using. The details, so kind of like the Argentina, where we're kind of looking like, well, the black is the detail, or like where the stripes go is the detail.
Yeah.
When you do the classic jerseys, you don't want to stray too far away from obviously the original design, but using something like how they have that green, like the button, they got creative with it. I'm actually a big fan of this one. The yellow seems a little bit lighter than maybe the past ones. Like the one that I have is a more
no, for sure.
Deeper yellow.
Yeah, this is a lot brighter. But then also, I think it was just because of the jaguar pattern, right? Because they made it so subtle too. Like
right, it doesn't jump out at you. It's not Belgium flames in your face. But I like it. I'm a fan of this one.
Yeah. And I swear, bro, I'm sure people who watch this video, like the button that I showed you, like this could have been just a straight solid yellow jersey, and like with no jaguar pattern, like subtle pattern or anything like that. I'm a sucker for small details. I have bought jerseys just because of that small little detail like that. I bought them, and people would think like, "Why? You can't even see it." Like, but I know it's there.
Right.
Stuff like that. Like when I bought the Euro Germany jersey last year, it was just a straight black jersey, but the cuff right here was black, red, and yellow as a flag. So like straight black jersey, and then the only color was the cuff.
Right.
And I was like, that simple little touch. I need it, bought it. So, yeah. So this one, just like the Argentina jersey, goes A.
Okay, all right. You got a nice little standard going. I'm liking it so far.
So yeah. All right. So far, out of these 4 jerseys, would you agree with or would you put anything lower, different spot?
I would. I'm a really big fan, the more I've thought about it and kind of mulled over, of the Australia. Don't know if I'll put it A, though. So I think it's a strong B. It's a high B. I think that's a good standard for
B+?
Right. It's definitely a B+. A little extra credit could have bumped it up to an A. So far, I'm liking it. I'm agreeing. I'm right there with you. I'm feeling it. We got some classics out the way. We got somebody who took a swing and maybe missed, and Australia kind of switching it up a bit.
There you go. All right, cool. So next we got is Cameroon. Now, Cameroon, I'm indifferent about this one. I've seen a lot of people compare this to like, excuse me, like you see the pattern and they go, are these the Autobots?
Right. right.
And so they just changed from sponsor. Before they had a different company making shirts. If I'm not mistaken, sorry if I butcher it because I'm terrible with accents. I think it's like French, Les Sportifs Coty. Mm-hmm. So it's a new one. I think it's called One All Sports now.
Okay.
So I'm dropping this video literally the week before the World Cup, and I'm glad I did because these just got announced like last week. Okay. Like, it was like one of the last announcements. And it was the Tunisian jersey too. Okay. So that's one reason why I waited so long to make these videos, to make sure all the jerseys were out. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this jersey. I feel like this was a big miss, especially because when I've seen other jerseys from the past that Cameroon has had, they've been really good, really pretty. So yeah, man, I don't have much to say about this jersey. The one placement in the middle of the branding, like, it's just off to me. You know, they have two badges. You know, the lion and then their federation. Like, it's not doing it for me.
Yeah, I think the three patches make it a bit too busy. Not really a fan of. I kind of like a one patch and maybe number at best. My preference. I think the one I'm guessing is the brand that's doing it right.
Yeah.
Branding in the middle, kind of a risky move. With the other patches, though, I think it's a little too much. And I think I would have preferred. I like the green that's like the base of the kit. Mm-hmm. I kind of like the green that's like the design of the kit. I wish they would have stuck to one and kind of built around that. But I'm not really a fan of the geometric designs that they have. I do like the nod to the flag on the sleeves. And I actually like the red on the collar, but overall I think it's maybe 3 or 4 cool ideas that they kind of mushed into one, and doesn't make it one of my favorites here.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and grade this real quick. Me personally, sorry guys, the first F.
First F on the board, one.
First F. Oh, believe me, once we hit the Puma brand.
You just get started there, eh?
Well, we're doing the home kits, the Puma away brands. All right, next, Canada.
Nike's back.
All right, fun fact, just because, you know, you're a commenter.
Absolutely.
Canada is the only country in the World Cup that didn't get a new jersey.
Ah, so this is the same one from the last one.
Yeah. Oh, not from the last World Cup, but from like the tournaments.
International play?
Yeah, from like last year and stuff. Reason why is because Nike said that they're in a different cycle to get like new jerseys and stuff. So they haven't hit that cycle yet. Which kind of sucks because this is the first time they made the World Cup in a really, really long time.
Like, so long that it fucked up Nike's cycle,
huh? No, it was just like, you know, just different. Like each country has a different cycle for jerseys. I didn't know that. I thought they'd be all in the same cycle. But yeah, I think last time they made it was like, I'm not even gonna guess, but it's been like at least 2, almost 3 decades. So yeah, so they're the only one that haven't got a new jersey. So this is the home jersey, and honestly, like, it's not a bad jersey, and maybe they dodged the bullet because I guess I'm not gonna lie, Nike kind of missed a lot in this World Cup with their designs. So maybe they dodged the bullet, but at the same time, it's like first World Cup in so long. You kind of wish. I know the fans would, and I know for sure the players would have wanted a new jersey to kind of like for memory, like, you know, like
right.
we accomplished something, so, you know, we should have something, you know, to be proud of, to represent that,
a landmark moment.
Exactly, yeah, for sure. But, you know, it is what it is. Solid red. I like the patterns on the sleeve. It's a plain jersey, but, you know, yeah, it's kind of bummed for them, but it's not a bad jersey.
I like the sleeves. I like the sleeves so much that I actually wish that was the full body of the jersey. I wish that they had taken that pattern, made it the full body of it, and that little pink on the side that they have down there, maybe have that be the red stripe going down. They have a cool patch. I think anytime Canada, you know, has like a nod to that leaf, you know, even including like the Toronto Maple Leafs, I think it's always a good look. But I don't really like the two-tone of the sleeve body, and I wish that, I think the body is, or that sleeve is really cool. Wish they did that for the whole jersey. And kind of bummed out with you that they didn't get something new for the World Cup too.
Yeah. So,
where would you put this one?
I was kind of like debating. You know what you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna rank them, and then once we're done doing all these jerseys, we'll take a quick one little overview and see if we get bumped or bumped down.
Right.
For now, I'm gonna put it on at D, and the only reason why I bring up at the end, because then like now looking at the Belgium one, like does it really need it? Because I don't feel like it's an F, the Canada jersey. So like maybe do I need to bump this one up to at least a C? You know, because I don't feel like they're both disappointing, right? You know, in my opinion. But I feel like the Canada one is not as disappointing as this one.
Right. So maybe some adjustments that we end up getting into. Okay.
All right.
Come on, Nike, do better for Canada,
bro. Next jersey. We have
New Balance.
New Balance and Costa Rica. Yeah, it's such a plain jersey. Like, is
this the only New Balance?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. There's not much to say. I mean, it's red, white, and blue. You know, country's colors. I have not much to say about this other than like it's just too plain. It's just too plain. Like
I agree with you there. I think if I had to kind of give some further thoughts, I feel like they took a chance with how thick that blue is on the sleeve. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of how it sticks out a little bit too much on a plain jersey, that any detail is going to end up being a little bit magnified.
Yeah, they probably should have like cut it down a bit, like maybe like halfway, like down, right, like to make that's like up to like it's like almost like a third of your sleeve that's like blue for no reason.
Right, and there's not enough blue to kind of justify that for me. I'm curious to see what their aways would be, but you're going with red, white, and blue. I get it. The blue being so prominent, and then the white on the neck line, kind of throws me off. So, you know, as far as plain jerseys go, I mean, the fact that it's plain, kind of boring, you know, as you said. And then the small details wasn't a fan of.
I will say this, and this is just me, you know, I take this kind of personal because I'm Central American. We need better designs from like these bigger companies when it comes to our Central American teams, because that's too plain for a World Cup. That's all I gotta say.
New Balance, you gotta do better.
Like y'all swag out the club teams. So this is for a World Cup, man.
IRS next time. Don't go to New Balance.
So this one, gotta go F.
Gotta agree with you though. I do, absolutely.
Gotta go F. Sorry, Costa Rica.
Gotta do better for the Central American teams. I agree.
Sorry, Ticos. All right, next.
This is an interesting one.
We have Croatia. Now, this team also falls under you don't mess with it. You don't mess with what it is. You see an all checker jersey, you know it's Croatia. I don't know why. Like if it's an all over checker shirt, you don't lose. You don't lose. I don't know why they have so much white space in this jersey. Like, I still like it, but like, I don't get the white empty spaces. I don't get it. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe you could think of the reasoning why they thought this was a good idea.
No.
What do you see when you see? Because I just see frustration, for me at least.
No, I think that this kind of it brings an interesting thought in classic jerseys. And what makes a classic jersey? Is it good design? Is it the history behind it? So when we take a look at like the two that we have as our A, which are A tier right now, is both classic jerseys, right? That got their own little twist in their own way. Now I think that when I see Argentina and I see Brazil, it's hard to change like a Argentina or Brazil, because my memories of Argentina and Brazil are being incredibly successful in World Cups.
Yeah,
they've won I believe multiple between the two, or at least get very far in each one. Croatia is one of those that, like you said, it's a classic because of the red and white checker. But for some reason, I feel like I would allow more liberty on Croatia because they don't strike me as, and I could be wrong, they don't strike me as a consistent powerhouse in the World Cup. So
I'll let you know right now, they usually are.
Have they won many?
I don't think they've won, but they've always almost always make a deep run.
So they're a successful club at the nation.
Yeah, like most of the time they make the World Cup, you expect them. Obviously, depending on who else is in their group, if it's like the group of death or whatever, you expect them to get out of the group at least, for sure, in every World Cup.
Because I always do remember them being kind of that pesky squad that's at least going to give you a good run when it comes to knockout play.
Yeah, like they're usually the team, like one of the few clubs or countries that you don't want to sleep on.
It feels very Nike though. Like it feels like if you and maybe this isn't a good thing, for it. Meaning, if you were to take the Nike and the Croatia patch away, I could see this being like a Tour de France shirt. I could see this being like just a Nike, black with white, and it's just something that they're kind of selling at the Nike store. So, if it wasn't white and red, you could fool me that this isn't one of the more classic, jerseys. And I think that I get what you mean by it's definitely taken away from what is a classic look, by giving all of that extra space.
And don't get me started, because you're gonna see a lot of it right now when we touch more of these Nike jerseys. The crest and the logo being in the middle, like, I don't like that. Now in some kits that you'll see, it will work, and it's funny. I think probably like on a Nike one for sure, and a couple of Adidas one that I saw, but I just don't like that right there in the middle. And then you're gonna see a common theme with these Nike jerseys with the template they use for their jerseys.
Right.
So you see like the kind of like right here on the chest, it goes like down like this, and you have like the little sections for your shoulders. You're gonna see that a lot. It works here because the checkered all over print. You're gonna see other jerseys that it just doesn't look good.
Now I will say this, from what we've already seen, I feel like I'm gonna give good points for taking risks on jerseys in general. But whereas I kind of like the risk in a quirky way that Belgium took with the Flames, not really. This feels too stuffy. Like it feels too fake creative. Like, oh, what if we just create these empty spaces on something that's already almost untouchable?
Yeah.
And I don't. If I like the Brazil remix, I don't like this remix. I'm not really a huge fan of this.
No, yeah, no, I feel it. Let me see if there was a meaning. I don't know if there was a meaning behind it or not with these empty spaces. I doubt there was one, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it just seems incomplete to me. That's
a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's what I think when I see this jersey.
Almost a little lazy. Not a huge fan so far. Nike's not striking me like I don't like I would expect to, because I don't know if I have like expectations for Nike per se, but not a huge fan of this one. There's ways to remix. I think the checkered. This isn't one that I would go with.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only reason why I would see the spaces there would be if like number placement, but
Didn't even do that.
well, I mean, cause it's just a pattern, but like that's where the number will go for the players. So
Got it. Okay.
Mm,
Where do you rank this one?
so this is why I feel like I need to like retouch this list real quick, but we can do it after. Cause this one's tough. Cause I do like the checkers still, but I just hate that it's quote unquote incomplete. I'm going to do this right now. So I'm gonna put this in D, but I'm gonna move this up to C, the
Okay.
Belgium. I don't know. This might still be a C too.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
But for now, we got a good lay of the land here.
No, you know what? I just decided right now. We'll see. But there we go.
Keep giving Canada some L's, man.
All right. And next we have Denmark.
Now you gave me a little background on Denmark's. Go ahead and.
Yeah, pretty much all their jerseys. There are only two countries that are taking 3 kits. There's the home one, which is the all red one, and I think there's an all white one. That's the away one, and then the all black one's the third one. But we're doing the home jersey, so it's all red, and yeah, it's kind of like pretty much like solidarity for like all the migrant workers and all that stuff and all the human rights violations that were happening in Qatar while this was built, leading up to the World Cup. With all the reports, of all the people that unfortunately passed away, building these stadiums, conditions like the work conditions and all that stuff. So, them and Hummels pretty much came up with this design. Kept it all solid color to keep it subtle and just to be like in solidarity.
Okay.
So, but yeah, solid red shirt. Not too much to say. Everything's blend in. Normally, I'm a huge Denmark fan of their kits. I have a couple, like solid red with the white popping out. But yeah, I mean, hey, it's a great message. I like the kit. Only because I like it doesn't mean I'm gonna rank it high. Probably not. Just because like I get the message. I love it, but at the end of the day, also like it's a simple jersey. It's not the worst, but yeah. Thoughts?
The more I'm able to look at it closer, I kind of like what they did with the sleeves. I like these shapes kind of popping in like the upper chest, coming from the back. Obviously a bit boring. We know that's on purpose though, so they don't lose too many points with that. Better than Costa Rica. Like if we're just looking at plain jerseys, I like the different reds in this, and it's the sleeves and that under like kind of chest area. It could have been very easy to turn a plain jersey into doing too much, but they did just enough. Not bad.
This one, we'll go with a D.
Okay.
Solid D.
As long as it's above Costa Rica, I'm fine with that.
Sorry, Ticos. Okay, next we have England. Inglaterra. Can't wait to play y'all on Black Friday. So yeah, England. So this is where you kind of see now the Nike template I was talking about, how it kind of like arches, and then you have your shoulder pattern, and then the rest. And you'll see this a common theme moving
Right.
with all the other Nike jerseys. But yeah, let me have you go at this first.
I kind of like them. I think the patch is a little too big. And I think the Nike logo is too big. Like that turns me off a bit. I do like that gradient that comes from the neck down. I'm actually a big fan of that. I feel like adding in some red might have ruined it even. And I don't know how I can't recall, I should say, how their international jersey like continually looks, but not bad. I'm a fan. I think the big Nike logo, the big patch, turned me off, but outside of that, I like it.
Yeah. So I kind of go back with, especially like home jerseys, when it comes to colorways. I usually like lean more to I want to see your flag colors on the jersey. So I kind of wish it had some kind of red in there. I don't know how, but and I do agree with you. Like maybe, like especially with this kind of like palette of blue, it might have ruined it. Yeah, I mean, I like the blue, but it's just I'm gonna keep repeating myself when it comes to these Nike jerseys, or for most of them at least, because we didn't see it with Brazil. Nike just kind of like went so boring with a lot of these shirts.
Right.
I just don't have much to say about it really, other than like I like the blue.
Where would you rank it? Kind of curious where you would see this one here.
This one, sorry, my fellow mates in across the pond, probably a D.
Okay, that's fair.
Probably a D.
I can see it. I think that personally, I think below Brazil and maybe above Croatia. But I see where you're going and where your thought process is with this.
Oh, you're thinking a B? That's pretty high. At least for me.
I will maybe drop Croatia personally down to D. And like I would flip those. But I see what you mean. I think that coming from where you're coming from, I see where I think from a pure design standpoint, I like it. I feel like if you were to take the patch off, would it make me think England? Probably not.
Yeah. Well, we could always retouch this after, but promise, guys, I'm not hating on your kids. I'm just hating what Nike did.
It's their fault, not yours.